Good afternoon, I'm Diane Bertolin, your friendly neighborhood mortgage agent. Today we're going to be talking about reverse mortgages. Why? Because Bertolin has reported that reverse mortgages have increased by 45% already this year, which is incredible. So what is a reverse mortgage? Let's start with that so we're really clear. It's sometimes called an equity release. Basically, you are borrowing against the equity that you have in your home. The difference between a traditional mortgage and a reverse mortgage is, one, the interest accumulates, and two, you do not have a monthly payment. And you get to live in your home. So it's a pretty good deal for some people, particularly if you're cash poor and house rich. You can't have any other debt on it, so you can't have an outstanding line of credit or any other mortgages on it. Those would have to be cleared out before you got one of these types of reverse mortgages. In order to qualify for a reverse mortgage, both you and your spouse, if they're on title, have to be over the age of 55. How much you would get would depend on the type of home you have, the area of the home, so the appraised value of it, how old you and your spouse are. They would then make a determination of how much money you would get. As you can imagine, there is some risk for the bank to offer this type of product. So the interest rate tends to be higher than that on a traditional home equity line of credit. And as you know, home equity lines of credit need to be paid off every single month. So what can you do with the money? Well, you can pretty much do whatever you'd like with it. So it can pay for expenses, it can pay for upkeep, it can pay for a car, it can pay for an investment if you wanted it. It really is your money to do what you choose to do with it. If you want to travel with it, it's part of, you got a bucket list. The money is there for you to use. The nice thing is it has no impact. It's not on your old age security or your CPP. It also is not considered taxable income, so there's no capital gains tax or anything like that involved with this. This is a traditional loan. But you do have to keep in mind that you will not be able to borrow against your home again. So if you take out one of these reverse mortgages, you can't go and get a second mortgage. You cannot go and borrow against any of that equity, because that equity now is tied up into the accumulation of the interest that you've gone into this contract with. So you got to be really clear that you're not going to need any additional funds for the upkeep of your home in the future, because you won't be able to borrow against it. So it's great. Part of the conditions of a reverse mortgage is that you have to maintain your home, and it has to be in good condition. You can't let it go into disrepair. It would be considered a default of the loan. The other thing is you have to maintain your property taxes. So again, as long as you're clear that you can keep up your home, keep it maintained, keep the property taxes paid up, you don't overspend on your credit cards, this might be a great way to enjoy your retirement, because that's really what it's all about. So this isn't a young person's loan by any stretch of the imagination. It's really important that you have a conversation with those people in your family, that they know that you're taking this out, so nobody's surprised at the time when the reverse mortgage needs to be paid back. The reverse mortgage normally needs to be paid back when there's a death of either one party or both parties. So if you and your spouse are both on title, if one passes away, it doesn't mean the other has to sell the house and move out. The surviving spouse can stay in the house until such time as he or she either passes away or goes into long-term care. If both of you go into long-term care together, it will need to be paid back at that time. So in whatever residual equity is left, of course, will go back to you or go back to the estate. But it's really important that people understand in your world that you're doing this, because they might be surprised to find out that there's no equity left in your home after 20 years of a reverse mortgage. So if you want more information about this, go to my website, which is below, and either give me a call or fill out the form online, and I'll be happy to get back to you. Bye for now.
Mortgage Answers, professional integrity experience. Mortgages for singles and families. developers, businesses, mortgages for everyone at DianeBertolin.com.